Welcome, Climate Viewers. This is Jim Lee from ClimateViewer News at ClimateViewer.com. And without free speech, we have nothing. Things have made a huge shift, and I really feel like I feel vindicated because so many people were throwing the poo-poo at me when I was like, you know, when Elon bought X, I was like, I believe his heart's in the right place. And they're like, oh no, World Economic Forum guy. Oh no, this Neuralink. And I was like, yeah, I get it. But I believe. I have hope. I feel very vindicated right now. Alex Jones has returned to Twitter, much to the chagrin of the globalists and corporatists and the New World Order. And there was a live discussion that Elon Musk was a part of. In addition, people like Andrew Tate and a slew of other. Vivek Ramaswamy was in the conversation. It was absolutely crazy, and we're gonna get into that, play a little bit of it because I think it's important, and we're gonna talk about it. But then we have Al Gore, being man, bear, pig. We got Hillary Clinton blaming everything on climate change. Something for the lulz. And of course, we're going to do a typical debunking the fact checkers. All that and more in just a moment. If you're watching this anywhere else, please come over to us at ClimateViewer on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button very gently. Smush, don't break. And if you could support the channel, it would really be appreciated now more than ever, because Christmas is expensive, especially for a single check guy trying to make a living and stay off the dark side. So, what is this all about? This whole idea of free speech, fear porn, and propaganda. Well, I made a webpage, ClimateViewer.com/propaganda, and that's what it's all about. Propaganda, fake news, and activism. And we'll get back to this in a moment, but understand that everything we're about to watch is about this. It's about using words to control your mind. So with that said, let's go ahead and watch Man, Bear, Pig be super serial.
Still going up. All these promises of the last few years to cut emissions are still going up. People are familiar with that thin blue line that the astronauts bring back in their pictures from space. That's the part of the atmosphere that has oxygen, the troposphere, and it's only 5 to 7 kilometers thick. That's what we're using as an open sewer. If you could drive a car straight up in the air at interstate highway speeds, you'd get to the top of that blue line in 5 minutes. And all the greenhouse gas pollution would be below you. We're still putting 162 million tons into it every single day. And the accumulated amount is now trapping as much extra heat as would be released by 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every single day on the Earth. That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs. And
pause. I know that they said that global boiling. They don't want to call it global warming anymore. It's global boiling. The F is he talking about? That the oceans are boiling? I mean, you show me one spot. I will give my left testicle to any climate cultist who can show me any portion, aside from like hydrothermal vents, where the ocean's boiling. I don't know what he is on one today.
Sucking the moisture out of the land and creating the droughts and melting the ice and raising the sea level and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century. Look at the xenophobia.
There hasn't been a single climate refugee yet. What in the... Bro! I think that he snorted his, he's snorting something. I'm YouTube, I'm not going to say it, bro.
And political authoritarian trends that have come from just a few million refugees. What about a billion? We would lose our capacity for self-governance on this world. We have to act. Missions are still going.
Bro, he literally just said, like, what about a billion climate refugees? You mean, let me get this straight, Al Gore. Like, all of China is going to move somewhere else because of climate change. No, I'm super ethereal. I'm super ethereal, guys. Climate change is dangerous. In the part where he says, you know, this thing right here, that's the troposphere. But dude, these are clouds. This is not clouds. This is the stratosphere. Use a dumbass. Like, and the height thing. Fear porn. I mean, the epitome of fear. Thank God you go to, anytime I go to see something like this on here, before I, go ahead and comment, I see if somebody else has a brain. And luckily so far, I'm still going, yes, thank you, free speech. Thank you for people with brains for answering these already. What you see here is not just the troposphere, but rather also most of the stratosphere. You can tell because there's no clouds. And I was like, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Somebody with a brain. Oxygen concentration is quite stable, even up into the mesosphere, and only declines in the thermosphere. What the hell is he talking about? I got a little graphic for you if you don't know what that is. So the mesosphere is above the stratosphere. It's on the left-hand part of your screen right here. I made this infographic for comparison's sake. And typically the troposphere or the tropopause can vary anywhere from as low as like 8 kilometers up to like, I want to say like 17 kilometers at times, depending on where you are in the world. Ledslinger 49 with the $20 super chat. I appreciate you. I love you. Mean it. Thank you so much, brother. Merry Christmas to you. Unless you're a she, because I know some dangerous women. The troposphere is not 5 to 7 kilometers thick, but rather 8 to 17. Even if you blame his ignorance on the metric system, his statement would still be wrong. 162 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions per day would mean 5 gigatons of greenhouse gases a year. No, we are not. We emit like 37 gigatons of CO2 and only comparably small amounts of metric tons of greenhouse gases. Measuring energy in Hiroshima bombs is a true sign of class and integrity. I love the internet. I love it when somebody can go, just that brevity is the soul of wit. Just, stick it in and break it off. So classy. So classy, Al Gore. Up to this day, we have yet to see the first climate refugee. Loved that comment, and it is a fact. Nobody has jumped our southern border because they were running from the climate. They came here almost exclusively for the freedom, for the money, for a better life. Not because our climate sucks so bad in South America that we had to travel all the way. And the things that we had to do to get here, none of it had to do with climate change. These people are crazy. I mean, how much of inconvenient truth came true? Like, the whole, North Pole melting before 2014, I mean, Dean Wigington likes to use Hiroshima bombs comparison too. Really? Tell me that's not true. Tell me that's not true. Coma says right here in chat, Coma says, you can't make this shit up. Dane Wigington likes to use Hiroshima bombs comparison too, over and over. My God. Oh my God. Are you serious? Tell me that's just exaggeration. I hope it is. Because that's sad. He's a sad little man. Oh, Lord. Chat, you killed me. You killed me. It's true. I mean, hey, that's it. It's true. Coleman says so. It's true. Damn, Dane. And by the way, tangent, since it was brought up in the chat, I always have to just jump on it. Dane Wigington is just as bad as Al Gore. If you put Dane Wigington and Al Gore in a room together and, had like one of those little hidden cameras stuck on the wall, Al Gore would be like, and the oceans are gonna boil and everybody's gonna die, and Dane will be like, that's because the secret government cabal is I don't say the chemtrail word, but they're geoengineering backwards. I mean, they're not actually cooling the planet. They're heating the planet. It's all intentional. I sound more like I'm doing what would Alex Jones say right now. The goddamn globalists are out there spraying us with all these chemicals because they want to make the oceans boil, Al. They're doing it on purpose, Al. That's what's really going on. It's just, oh my God. If y'all don't know that Dane Wigington believes in global warming and that CO2 and methane are the drivers of that and we're all going to die from methane, now you know. Go back, look with fresh eyes, and have a oh shit moment, because it's true. And this rant is this rant of incompetence is worth man, I'm still so tickled about Dane that I can't think straight. Let me get it together. All right, there we go. All right. This rant of incompetence was sure worth the 130 tons of CO2 his Gulf Stream consumes going from Tennessee to the United Arab Emirates. Oh, sorry, actually, this was the World Economic Forum in Switzerland. But either way, it was a lot of CO2. How much CO2? Well, let's look into that. How about that? Oh, snap. This is from phys.org, where the physics be happening. This is relatively recent as well. December 4th, 2023. Why are people still flying to climate conferences by private jet? Now that is some shit. And yeah, private jet, direct flight emissions, indirect flight emissions. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with private jets. In fact, now we're talking about it, and I'm having a thought. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to go globe, and we're just going to look real quick. What do them private jets be doing? How about let's just click on any one that's pink, and then we'll zoom in some over here, and let's see where they're at. 45,000 feet. What about this one? 45,000 feet. What about this one? 45,700 feet. 45,475 feet. Oh, this one, 45,250 feet. Are you telling me? Wait, am I telling you, or is it telling me to tell you that all of the private jets are flying in the frickin' stratosphere? Because that would be really bad. Wouldn't it? I mean, why is everything that's pink? Because the chart goes from a nice little green, and let me get me out of the way. It goes from a nice little green to a blue at 30,000 feet, then to a purple around 40,000 feet. And right here at the very tip is a nice pink. So every single plane that you see on here that is pink is flying above 40,000 feet. And if you look, bam, this one's at 47,000 feet practically. That is in the stratosphere. So what is unique about the Al Gore Express to the World Economic Forum climate, conference, is that all these sons of bitches are actually flying in the stratosphere, which means that all of their emissions are in the stratosphere, uniquely in the stratosphere, more than anything else. Want to see the chart again? Let's go back to the chart. More than anything else, they are the ones, the private jets, that are in the stratosphere screwing up everything for everybody. But just you can read all about it right here. It's nice to see something on a prominent website, like physics.org. Finally just saying what everybody's been thinking out loud, and then putting some numbers behind it. Carbon footprint versus of transport modes and all that stuff. No, I don't want to sign up. Pop up later. But that brings us to our next favorite person, Hillary Clinton. Just a beacon of intellectual honesty. So strong, so brave. Hillary, we all love you. Some of us love to hate you. But regardless, we know you always tell the truth. So tell us the truth about climate change, please. And try to be super serial, Hillary, because that's what I need. I need somebody super serial right now. Okay? Hillary, go.
Climate change is real, everybody. Those hard drives got destroyed because of climate change. My husband flew to Epstein's Island 40 times because of climate change. I lost the 2016 election because of climate change. My husband cheated on me because of climate change.
Oh.
He literally got his sucked in the Oval Office because of climate change. Even Jeffrey Epstein died because of climate change. It wasn't me. It was definitely climate change.
I love AI. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Bruh. Oh, that's priceless. Oh, it's priceless. I've got to do my own AI stuff. I got the computer for it. They say you need like a RTX 4090 or higher video card. There's no way I can afford that right now, but they want you to have 24 gigabyte of video RAM in order to run the AI art generation. I don't know about the AI sound generation, but I have got to start doing this shit because that is comedy freaking gold. Oh, Hillary, shut up. Oh, God, no, Hillary, stop.
Because of climate change. My husband flew to Epstein's Island 40 times because of climate change.
Dang. Good Lord. Oh, it's true though. It's probably true. Probably 100% true. This is why the Houston skies were full of white lines this week. Anybody want to take a guess? Take a guess. This is dated December 13th, 2023 by Ariana Garcia. Everybody, say hello to Ariana Garcia for me. Tell her Jim sent you. I bet you crazy. Long white streaks crisscrossed an otherwise clear blue sky this week in Houston, raising some concerns among residents. The thin clouds are actually known as contrails, a portmanteau of condensation and trail, and are emitted from airplanes. Several Houstonians took to the web to figure out why they seem to be more contrails on Tuesday than ever. Am I imagining it, or does it seem to be more contrails than usual this morning? Question one Reddit user on the Houston subreddit. On X, formerly known as Twitter, another user asked, "Will someone explain this to me? This is not normal." Does that look normal to you? I mean, really, does that look normal to you? That doesn't look normal to me at all. I mean, aside from the fact that that is what normally happens. I mean, we did see ADS. Let's go look at Houston right now. Ooh, what's going on up in Houston? There's Dallas. Hello, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. There are too many fucking planes over Houston. That is your problem. But yeah, when you got that many planes over your, no military currently, all civilian. That's a lot of planes, and you got an international airport there. So yeah, I mean, it kind of happens where, if you live in an area where there's a lot of airplanes, there's a lot of plane farts, and that ends up, being your new normal. Now in my hometown, just saying, I live next to Shaw Air Force Base, and right next to it is Shaw Air Force Base bombing range. So for me personally, in Sumter, South Carolina, I don't get this. I rarely in my life see this in my hometown. Why? Because the damn airlines can't have a skyway right over my house because F-16s. So, but the interesting thing is, I work 20 minutes from here in the neighboring county, and in that county, all the skyways are there. So every single day, I see the gridded pattern. I'm in the unique position to see every day perfectly normal skies in my hometown because Air Force won't allow other people to fly near it, and then drive 20 minutes away to go to work 5 days a week. And in that county, stripes and stars and, skyway cars everywhere. It's normal. Unfortunately. But, of course, they go to the usual, it's just condensation. According to the Rocky Mountain Institute, who the hell, who picked the Rocky Mountain Institute as your fact checker, for this one, at least they talked to the National Weather Service up here. But human-made clouds, I like that. I can deal with that. Our trails, the human-made clouds, are trails of condensation water vapor streaming behind high-flying aircraft, according to the NWS. Contrails are created when hot water vapor emitted by a jet engine follows combustion, cools, condenses on what? Nobody. I'm going to keep doing this until these fools get it right, because none of them want to say it. And in chat right now is actually a guy named Jeff. Where are you at? There's Jeff. That's got to be him, because you just said, if it's closer to 5 degrees, it will have a moderate persistence. If it's near 10 degrees, that's Jeff. Hi, Jeff. I'm going to make your name blue so everybody can see you. Super serial about that. The hell? Why can't I make you a moderator? A moderator. Huh. Oh, there. Standard save. Jeff is now blue. Say hi to Jeff in chat. My friend the meteorologist. We're gonna have a little a little info sesh where I bring Jeff on, and we're gonna basically break out the Appleman chart and the radio signs, and then you'll be able to look at your hometown, understand how to read radio sign data, and then use the Appleman chart to go, should there be persistent contrails or not? And if the answer is no, then you can go, that plane's up to something skeevy. Otherwise, it's a plane fart making a cloud. And that cloud is, filled with all the metals. Metal clouds. If you'd like to learn more about this, go over to climateviewer.com/Cirrus Clouds Matter. Cirrus Clouds Matter. Because super serious, this is a super serial matter. and super serial clouds matter. So that brings us back to Alex Jones. Alex Jones. Oh, Alex Jones. How bad you fucked up and made everybody mad talking about Sandy Hook, and then you stopped talking about Sandy Hook, and magically years later they brought up the fact that you talked about Sandy Hook and tried to throw your ass in jail, but instead, $1 billion later, you were canceled before cancel culture was cool. You were the test pilot for all of the massive shutdowns of people and silencing of voices. Well, Elon, to his credit, just put up a little poll on his Twitter/X page. Was like, should I let Alex Jones return to Twitter? And I'm pretty sure it was like 80 or 90% yes, at least 70%. Been a minute. Lost track of it. It's in there though. So he was like, well, I guess I'm gonna let him back. And sure enough, Alex Jones rejoins Twitter. And immediately, he can't, because of technical reasons, he couldn't go live immediately. But they had a Twitter space open. Alex Jones has paid any of that money. I don't think he's paid a dime, Jesse. The missing link live in chat. Jesse Hall. Great stuff. Yeah, Storm Fury 101. That's Dominic. Yeah, I'm gonna show it, guys. I got it right here. Okay. So I found a tape of it. I mean, I could play it through the original. I've got links in the details, so if you guys want to go back and listen to the entire thing yourself, you can just click right here, play this recording, and it'll bring up the Twitter Spaces web thing interface, and you can actually
weren't with edited clips and out of context stuff, and now
playing
even
all that.
Everybody's experiencing it who's prominent with these deep fakes. So that's why it's so important that everybody's have a voice. We disagree with them.
Everybody knows about these deep fakes because Jim was just playing one by Hillary Clinton. I mean, deep fakes, they're real, aren't they? Ask Hillary.
I lost the 2016 election because of climate change. My husband cheated on me because of climate change. He literally got his sucked in the Oval Office because of climate change. Even Jeffrey Epstein died because of climate change.
Oh my God. Oh, my heart. Oh, yeah. I mean, I would need way more scratchiness. I need to work to get that deep voice. I mean, maybe you go a little more guttural and put some growl into it. Kind of like if I were trying to sing Pantera at full volume, then I would channel my inner Alex Jones. How was that, everybody? Is that a little better? I mean, climate change are making the frogs gay. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But they did have a pretty serious conversation, and to his credit, Elon immediately called him on it, and it was like, hey bro, what's the deal with the the Sandy Hook thing? Let's play a little bit of this because it's pretty good.
Good, Mario. Yeah, it's been these are tumultuous times, wild times indeed. As you just mentioned, when there's an account with a large number of followers that is restored to the system, you have to re-knit the thing together. So that takes several hours. So Alex's account should be working. And Alex, I honestly don't really know you, and you don't know me, but one of the questions I really have to just get out of the way, and you've probably talked about this already before, is the whole Sandy Hook thing. If somebody's sort of denying or that murders of children, that's not cool at all. And
it's not
so
cool.
Just what exactly did you say, and what is going on with that situation? I would like to actually hear what did you say, and yeah.
Well,
just before he answers, I had a friend named Seth, and we worked on this thing called Intention for years, and I need to get back in touch with Seth, but I swear to God, every time I hear Elon talk, it's like hearing Seth talk. They're almost identical in their their cadence, the way they pronounce words, the rhythm of it. It's freaky to me. Like, I'm like, was I working with? There's no way in hell that I was. Anyway, Seth, if you're watching, dude, you sound like Elon Musk. You know it. You know what I'm talking about.
Elon, thank you for allowing me back into the public square so that I can actually tell the world what really happened. I don't know how much. Would you like the short answer or the medium answer or the long answer?
I think at least the medium answer. Look, I guess people just want to know. Like, obviously, it would be like heartless and cruel to deny a school shooting of children or to attack the parents or anyone who is involved. It seems that would be, just incredibly mean and cruel, frankly. So it's sort of, that's, I think, what a lot of people are upset about, or at least they think that is the reason to be upset about.
Sure.
And, if that were true, I think they would rightly be, upset with you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, please let me then just tell you what really happened, okay? And if you want me to send you a dossier with clips and videos and articles.
I mean, post it to your account,
Yes, sir, I will do that. So let me tell you what happened. I'm a guy that didn't go to college. I mean, a few years of community college. I started out on Access TV 29 years ago. I was not professionally trained. And by 2000, I had 30 million viewers and listeners a day conservatively. I was the biggest show, as big as Rogan is now or bigger. And I had a very small operation and did not even understand how powerful I was. And so when that event, I just call it the school shooting, which I do believe happened 11 years ago, the internet exploded and it was a top story for off and on for years with all these professors and former school safety people and all of them saying they believed it was a drill. And I simply covered them covering that. What was entered in court against me in both cases where I was found guilty.
Oh, shit. So I'm covering Alex Jones and Elon Musk covering what happened about how he was covering what other people would. I don't have $1 billion. Maybe I should just end this right now. We're good? Okay.
By judges. There's a judge in Trump's case, not even a jury, in his real estate case. And then years later, after Trump got elected and after I was deplatformed, it made me bigger. And so suddenly I would wake up and there would be sometimes 100 articles or more a day, every major news channel saying that I was currently saying nobody died, currently sending people to their houses, currently peeing on graves. I didn't even know these people's names. I only said one of their names ever. Now, and I believe their children died, and I understand all that.
Okay.
But I'm saying, imagine.
And I mean, let's be fair. Alex Jones probably has trouble peeing. I mean, like, he's kind of old. I mean, let's be fair. He's not out peeing on graves, but let him.
I was not deplatformed. No mention of the school shooting in Connecticut.
No. Goddamn ads.
6-7 years. Then they go back to my timeline, and it turns out it was a big New York PR firm, Democratic Party. They dredge it up. They run hundreds of articles, sometimes a day, but a week for over a year. Suddenly it becomes a big story again.
What's the PR firm?
Pardon me?
Which propaganda firm was this? PR is public relations is a propaganda word for propaganda. So I think we should call it propaganda firms because that is, in fact, what they do. So what propaganda firm was this?
I will find the name as soon as I'm off because I can't do 2 days. I'm not good at doing 2 days at once. I can't walk and chew bubblegum, but I will post it to the 2X because after they got their $1.5 billion judgment and asked for $2.67 trillion, that the GDP of India, I'm not joking, folks, that's Bloomberg. They then came out and bragged that they had quarterbacked the whole thing. They're one of the biggest. They do the UN's PR.
Okay.
That they had quarterbacked, quote, destroying Alex Jones. And so I did question it. I did say at times I could see that. I'm not even say it now. They'll take it out of context, say I said it again. I did have, what they entered in court on me was 23 minutes of video and audio over 5-6 years. We did an audit. I hadn't talked about them when they sued me for 2 years. I refused to talk about it. I apologized when the PR firm got involved, and I didn't know who it was at the time. It was just all the news. I said, hey, I thought it happened.
Yeah.
I said it happened. I said it happened. I decided it happened 5 years after it happened. So I said, I'm not the Sandy Hook guy. It turns out some of these experts that said it didn't happen are crazy. They made up stuff. I said, I believe it happened. And then they spun it and said, oh, now he admits he lied about it. So it isn't who I was. It's kind of like they've done with you, and you did nothing like I did. I mean, I did question it. I did say a few times that I thought it hadn't happened, but I didn't turn the knife. I didn't really think about it. I thought about how I was talking about the internet with YouTube videos with 30, 40 million views that I didn't make.
Sure.
It was a hot topic that would come back from time to time. But no, I was not the creator of it. I was not the progenitor of it. I was not the guy pushing it. And then I kept saying, no, I believe it happened. And they went, aha, you now admit you lied for money. So what's not true is I never made any money off of it. I barely ever covered it. It's not my identity. And it's just like they misrepresent what you say, take one little thing and twist it, and then say you need to apologize for it. And then they just keep hammering it and hammering it. So I've been desperately, I mean, in fact, I'll post it to X if you want. There's over 100 apologies that I've given, over 100. In fact, probably 500. Every show I go on, they ask this. I apologized on Joe Rogan's show 5 years ago. I apologized on Patrick Ben-David's show 5 years ago.
Okay. All right. So let me make sense of this. So I get what he's saying. All right. And it, you know, this is actually Alex Jones. This conversation really did happen. I'm going to bring it up on X just in case this little ad tries to pop in again. So let me see if I can get it up.
Tell the world what really happened. So, and I hope this is the last, like 6-7 trillion that the GDP of India. I'm not joking, folks. UN's internet with YouTube videos with 30, 40 million. What happened?
Yeah, it was right about
and,
here.
and then say you need to apologize for it. And questioned him when he got on the stand in Connecticut. My lawyer said, "Has Mr. Jones ever said your name?" No. Has Mr. Jones ever put your picture on the internet? No. Have any of his hosts done it? No. Has InfoWars ever put your picture out or said your name? No. What happened to you, sir? One man, he said, called me at my offices.
And then it's going to be stupid again.
Has InfoWars ever put your... I challenge people to find me say any of their names. I said one guy's name, and I apologized to him on the stand. The thing had probably 100 million views on 5 or 6 different YouTube videos. Of him smiling and laughing before he walked to the mic. I played the clip one time and said, yeah, that looks like he's an actor. I did not attack him, did not come after him, did not say his child didn't die. And look, I don't want to fight with him, though. I said to them in a deposition, I said, I will chop my pinky finger off with a meat cleaver right now. And I will, if you'll just leave me alone and stop saying I made hundreds of millions of dollars off of you, and stop saying I'm attacking you. So it's very simple. I have become, and I know what happened. The media ran a year of articles attacking them in my name, saying things I never said as a straw man, enraging them against me. And then, so they've been victimized. They've been manipulated by a PR operation. And so I would love to come on X with the families. I'd love to raise money on this show or your show, Elon, or any of them. I'd love to come on here and raise them $10 million for gun safety awareness next week.
Okay, let's cut the shit. So let's be real, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. Alex Jones did do all the things that he's saying he didn't do. Yes, he was covering other people's stuff. Other people. He is definitely down with OPP. And for me, that stands for other people's podcasts. The difference is, Alex, he certainly was fear porn commander in chief. Okay. I don't, love me, hate me. I don't give one shit what you think about me. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this extemporaneously, no notes. I just want to talk about what Bill Hicks was just saying. What Bill Hicks was saying. I mean, Alex Jones Hicks. it's great to go and after the fact kind of, rewrite, well, what my intention was. But the bottom line is this. I've got, people I've been friends, air quote friends with a long time in the chemtrail community. And I'm gonna call one of them out. Harold Save, chemtrailsplanet.net. And I've had Harold on this show. And I'm gonna tell you what, then and now still maintain nothing happened at Sandy Hook. That's their opinion. I mean, Harold, you're entitled to your opinion. I simply could not give enough fucks. In fact, I'd have to take a loan out to give fucks about that topic. Furthermore, it doesn't benefit me in the slightest to come on here and gaslight a whole bunch of people about what I believe a false flag is, because if I say I believe something's a false flag, I'm gonna have something to kind of back up why I believe it's a false flag, what the purpose of it is. And I understand, gun control, all the excuses made. But the bottom line is there are people still to this day, as a result of the stuff that Alex Jones was covering, and let's just say hyper-inflating, okay? At the very least, he was hyper-inflating what other people were saying, and at the same time, I mean, he was fear porn grand central. Is Alex Jones right on some things? Probably. Has he been wrong in the past? Probably. Does that mean he should be silenced forever? That is really the question of the day. And I say, no. Like, no, nobody. I fucking hate Al Gore, okay? I want him to speak more. Let him make... I'm for more free speech for Al Gore. Hillary Clinton, she is a career criminal. Let her talk. Every time she talks, it just makes it worse. If somebody wants to shut down what you're saying, they're scared that what you might say might change public perception. And perception is the weapon of the propaganda firms. In fact, now we're going to come full circle. Elon, literally, when he said, Alex Jones said, the PR firm, and he said, which propaganda firm? I mean, that's what they actually are. If you scroll down on my Slave Speak /propaganda page, you'll see perception management and destroying reputations. And on here, I put this, the two different types. Department of Defense, where they call it things like psychological operations, psychological warfare, narrative networks, and mind war. But in the corporate /public world, it's known as perception management. Neurolinguistic programming isn't so much a thing. I probably need to edit that. But public relations, PR. PR is perception management, is controlling your perception of reality. And that's really what this is all about. So when he says, call it propaganda, what public relations were, what propaganda firm? I mean, bro, that's literally been on my webpage for 10 years now. 15 years now. This page has had that on there. So what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, he can, I'm glad that Elon is making his platform the most open platform currently on the internet. And I understand there's Gab and, there's other platforms. I'm sure somebody out there is going to be like, oh, Jim, X is not the most open platform. It's not even the most secure. Don't get me started on how, I have a Telegram chat now, t.me/ClimateViewer chat. Join the chat. But guess what? That shit ain't secure either. WhatsApp's not secure. Signal is not secure. There's no such thing as privacy. I mean, you got to be, 5th degree black belt hacker at this point to get some modicum of privacy. So we're not talking about, being able to speak freely about illegal things. We're talking about regular ass free speech. And when we're talking about Twitter and the size of it, it's insane. That's why, and I'm no punches tonight. I mean, because this is the last broadcast for the year, guys, just so you know. Because, I mean, I got kids, it's Christmas, and, I'm doing side hustles literally as we speak, trying to make everything possible. So anyway, it's the far leftists that are shutting down speech left and right. You can disagree all you want, but in studying the movement of technocracy from 1930 through the creation of the United Nations to all of these, globalist things, almost all of them are way far leftists. Okay. You cannot help that fact. And especially when you look at the Twitter files, which showed that, the last election, the most free and fair election ever, if it weren't for the government poo-pooing the Hunter Biden laptop story and literally sending, 20 to 100 freaking emails a day from the White House to the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI to Twitter to shut people's voices down on a daily basis, their own studies say that 70% of Democrats polled would not have voted for Joe Biden if they had known about the Hunter Biden laptop story. You cannot throw this away. If it weren't for Elon Musk buying Twitter, we would not know about the Twitter files. We would not currently have, I forget the state. There's a state currently in a lawsuit with the Biden administration over their direct censorship of American citizens. There are huge, tight, seismic shifts in censorship and freedom of speech happening right now. And I think that it's a fucking epic time to live in. So I'm excited about this. Have I ever told my kids about Santa? Yeah. And then eventually, my 14-year-old knows it's us. My 7-year-old does not. And I swear to God, if any of y'all show her this fucking video, I'm gonna come down your chimney. I'm not kidding. I got it right here. I got it right here. You tell my 7-year-old daughter that I am Santa Claus, and that's your ass. That is your ass. Woo! Don't get me started. Yes. But Anthony Vargas, Elon is all a bunch of bullshit. Hey, man, you can think he's all a bunch of bullshit, but I was fucking right. If it weren't for Elon Musk buying Twitter, we would not know about the Twitter files. We would not know about the government's direct involvement, like provable in a court of law. This shit is literally going to go to the Supreme Court. And this may become the end of the, CIA, Mossad / FBI, DHS, White House, all directly involving themselves in what they call national security prevention on social media platforms, which is a nice way of saying those are angry words that we consider to be, truth bombs that we don't want the public to know about. So for national security purposes, we, government, are telling you, private company, to censor them. And Zuckerberg, and whoever the F is running Alphabet / Google / YouTube / the whole damn internet, they always, go back to, oh, well, it's not us, it's the government. We're just having to comply with what the government says because they gave us a pass on the, FCC rules, So if we don't comply, then they could take that away. And then we're publishers. We're not just, a utility. And that, we need our Section 230. Anyway, it's complicated. But the bottom line is this. You cannot look me in the eye. You cannot, I dare you to leave me a comment at this point and tell me, Jim, you were wrong. Because I think Elon is the motherfucking man at this point. Because what he has done, there are no takebacks. Having Matt Taibbi and all of the other people, getting all the internal files literally from Twitter, and then just, here you go. And just a series of scathing reports, email after email, directly, all the internal documents from Twitter. Now you could finally see what all of these liberals were up to, and, just basically doing exactly what the government said, not questioning it in one shape or form. You cannot argue with that. That is perfectly clear and transparent now. And I dare any one of you, the links are in the details. I'm not going to play this whole damn thing, because if I do, just the YouTube version of it, another hour and 30 minutes long. I'm not going to sit here and hold your hand and play the whole thing. I thought about it, but damn, I'm going to get bored. I've listened to it. I listened to the original, which is over 2 hours and 47 minutes. You can go to the original X link. It is at the bottom of the details on this video. And I dare you, I want you to listen to it, because what you're going to hear is a conversation about, are you pro-human, or are you a doomer that, wants a one world government to close everything down? And I have an excellent bullshit detector. So I'm going to tell you what, in my personal opinion, Elon Musk is the motherfucking man. For what he did, he made, there's an old saying, we may disagree, but I will violently defend your ability to say it. And I'm there. I mean, honestly, I will have anybody on this show at any time that disagrees with me on any topic I talk about. Why? Because in that debate, there is growth. There is the potential for growth. You know what? The Hillary Clinton link is in the link too. Everything I just showed is in the links below. So, that's actually from Hodge Twins. Reposted somebody. He's like at Dom Lucre probably created this. But yeah, Hodge Twins. Absolutely funny. Twin black guys, just they freaking kill me. And this came up in my feed, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm dead. I am dead. But this kind of speech right here, this would not even be allowed. I mean, on the old Twitter, on Twitter 1.0, not X, they would have shut that down. That would have been deleted. There's so much. During the October 7th stuff, while Hamas was live streaming people getting murdered left and right, they would have shut that down. In retrospect, I kind of wish I wouldn't have seen what I saw that day, but I'm with Patrick Henry on, I'd rather know, and deal with it. and sometimes that, that's a double-edged sword. Unlike my katana, which is beautifully sharp on only one side. Knowing can be painful, but I'd rather have the freedom to go, I will consume this material or I won't. I have the ability to discern truth from fiction, fear porn from fact. I want to be able to have an unfiltered internet. I remember the wild web from back in the early 90s, where just about anything goes. Like, it was such a different world then. I'm 47 years old. So I was in high school. you know, freshman in high school, 1991. And the internet then was so freaking free, and the stuff you could get away with, the stuff I got away with, not going to talk about that too much. But it was a different world. And I think that they, you know, the globalists have realized that, you know, much like Joseph Stalin realized that ideas are more powerful than guns. We would not let our enemies have guns. Why should we let them have ideas? This is why. This is why. They don't want ideas out there because ideas are bulletproof. Ideas can live forever. The truth hurts and it's not boring. Love it. I'm loving the chat right now. But this is the thing that they fear the most. That if you are given the ability to discern for yourself, you know, without the filter of some, you know, 3-letter news agency, what the hell would happen to this world? Could be complete chaos. I mean, what if people started actually listening to Alex Jones and figure out the frogs are turning gay because of the chemtrails? It's actually like forever chemicals in the water. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. It's all in fun. I really want a free, you know, the freedom to speak and not have to worry. I mean, YouTube censored me for medical misinformation, for literally reading a James O'Keefe video title that was on YouTube. They censored me. They deleted my Discord server with over 6,000 members, and YouTube simultaneously banned me for a week, both for medical misinformation, for reading a letter from airline CEOs to the Biden administration over COVID travel restrictions. That strike remains on my channel to this day. It's a community guideline strike. The original video, you can go see. It's on. I got it pinned at the top of my Odyssey channel. So if you want to see it, you can go to connect.climateviewer.com. All of my social medias are there. My BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey are also there. So you can go actually see the original video. But I literally read a letter from the CEOs of Delta, Southwest, UPS, FedEx, you know, all of these airline CEOs all signed the same letter, and fuck it. This is what they said. Mr. President Biden, you said that COVID need no longer run our lives. So will you please remove the travel restrictions that you have on the airline industry because it's killing our business? Ban me, motherfuckers. I dare you. Because I will fire up a Restream account so fast. And I'm already, that's, I already told my, you know, dad, I was like, Dad, you know, if you give me anything, just give me some money. Because I really want to get Restream and beat the hell up off of just YouTube and mirroring my stuff to other places. Because I'll be damned if anybody's ever going to shut me up or make me bite my tongue. And if that's the way they want to play, that's why you see Rumble is literally exploding. Rumble is freaking exploding. I have dreamed about this for the better part of 7 years now. That something, Daily Motion, Brighteon, I mean, they're trying, but what's going to be the next YouTube? Because YouTube is gonna, you know, and Facebook inevitably, y'all motherfuckers are gonna be MySpace one day. I mean, it's just a fact. Right now, it's arguable. It's pretty, you know, it's not really even an argument. You could say that TikTok is literally like nexted YouTube already, and then YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all these other places, they're like, shit, we better get some shorts together really quick. But that's the truth. Like, Facebook and YouTube, you guys are going to fuck around and find out, because Twitter is already so much more free. And Rumble is definitely so much more free. And people are flocking to it. This gives me hope. This gets me excited. It gets me fucking amped. So I hope for more of that. So to anybody who wants to hate on Elon, you listen to that damn Twitter space where he's got, where Alex Jones is there, Andrew Tate's going to come in and talk about it. Are you pro-human? Are you a doomer? You're part of the, you're anti-human. You're part of the death cult that said there's too many people on the planet. They talk about all this. Elon is right in there saying, no, I do not agree. Go make as many babies as possible. We need people to have babies. Judge people by their fruit. And when I judge Elon by his fruit, it's right there in front of your face. Bravo, sir. He even got to dig in on the World Economic Forum. So he's like, they wanted me to fly out to speak at the World Economic Forum, and I was like, I'm kind of busy. And then they were like, oh yeah, and we want you to, pay like $200,000 to come speak at the World Economic Forum. And I was like, what the fuck? It's something like that in the middle there. Oh my God. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. But yeah, enjoy that yourself. Please, some people are still banned on X. Shit happens. It takes time. I can imagine trying to run a business like that. I think Elon's fucking crazy even doing it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, for me, working on my website and coding is much more relaxing and chill than, having to come up with things to say and monologue while interacting with chat and trying to put my face on this damn YouTube. I would be much more comfortable if none of y'all knew who the fuck I was. Let's be real. And I'm sure that, for Elon, it's much easier to build rockets than have to deal with the shit he's having to deal with. Media Matters, George Soros funded Media Matters, came after Elon Musk, and he literally threatened to hit them with a thermonuclear bomb lawsuit. And then even during this discussion, it came up. So like this happened a couple months ago, but it came up in this conversation. He's like, yeah, fucking me. I mean, Elon, he I never in my life thought I would hear a billionaire that sounds cool enough that I'd want to sit down, smoke a J with him or drink a beer, Unfortunately, quit smoking J's. I don't drink beer anymore. I'm boring fucking old dad now. Plus, I'm a security guard. I got a pistol. They drug test all the time. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Let's be real. So this is just boring old me talking with all the free speech that God gave me and just letting it hang out. I'm going to hang out with my wang out. I hope that everybody has a beautiful Christmas. I hope that during that Christmas time, when you're reuniting with family, even if you get that annoying, extra political person in your family, embrace it. Have fun with it. Don't look at, if you run into that person, you're on social media, and they're like, you fucking roundy, like, how dare you believe that roundy fucking earther, and I'm flat earth forever, man. And just be like, I respect your right to believe crazy shit. and I agree. Hollow earth is so much cooler than flat earth. Like, just give me something to work with. Okay. Like, let's have a fun conversation about it. If you run into somebody who believes that all chemtrails are contrails and you're a fucking nutter because you believe in chemtrails. Have a conversation with them. I learned so much more from debating with Mick West on his own Metabunk contrail debunking, contrail science, metabunk.org. I learned so much more from arguing with trolls than I did from listening to people like Dane Wigington. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. You know, because in somebody questioning your belief system and then proposing alternative, you know, explanations for things, you know, I'm a firm believer in believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. So in that alternative explanation that you get from arguing with somebody, that's where growth occurs. And if you're not inclined to grow because you think that because your ego gets in the way and you think you're so damn smart, well, have fun with that in your own little head. But I would much rather come into something with an open mind and go, you know, I mean, like, yeah, like I think flat earth research is fun to read. It is fun. You know, like somebody gave me, in an email and it was like flat earth resources. And it was like 100 of the resources links were to like .mil. And I mean, I'm going, you know, and it's like sniper school, you know, like assuming, you know, that the wind trajectory plus the bullet velocity plus the drop, assuming the, you know, and then in quotes, assuming a flat earth, talking about, you know, planes and, you know, pilot's manuals. And then again, the words, assuming that, you know, a flat earth, then blah, 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 blah. And I'm going, like, you know, it did make me for a moment go, I mean, why is that there? That's interesting. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, is it going to change, you know, when I get up, put my pants on, strap my gun on, get in my beat up ass 1999 Camry and drive over to a government building 20 miles away and then drive back home to my wife and my kids? No, it's not going to change whether the earth's flat or round. Doesn't make a damn to me. It's fun to argue about though. I mean, it's fun to argue about. So again, I'm totally for free speech, whether you're ignorant or not. Like, be dumb, be smart, be stupid, be controversial. I love controversial shit. I love arguing with people. So big ups to Elon for letting Alex Jones back, even though he did commit the mortal sin of fear porn, and, you know, hyper inflated the Sandy Hook narrative of a false flag. If you are a Christian, and this is just for people who claim they're Christian, whether you are or not, doesn't matter to me. But if you believe in forgiveness, and I do, I mean, I was raised a Lutheran. Do I go to church as often as I should? Probably not. But nonetheless, it doesn't change my moral background. And my moral background is this: that everybody deserves a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth chance. Now, there are exceptions to that, because you can stab me and you can say you're sorry, but I'm never going to take my eyes off you again. And if you so much as flinch, you're dead. You're dead. But as far as somebody just saying something that's offensive, or, you know, this whole cancel culture, no, that's not Christian. That is not moral. That is not just. And, you know, for a society that's supposed to be the beacon of light for the entire world, based on Judeo-Christian values, to not consider the fact that anybody should know that free speech is the first one in the Bill of Rights, because without it, none of the others happen. And without number 2, we can't ensure free speech, number 1, happens. So I think that forgiveness is the core of Christianity, and that you cannot have cancel culture. You cannot cancel people. You cannot deplatform people. If you are in a tech company and you are actively censoring people, you are inherently performing evil acts. And you damn well know it. But I will forgive you if you just knock it the fuck off and let the truth come to the surface. People are way smarter than you think. I've met some smart, dumb people and some dumb, smart people. And I'm willing to bet on the dumb, smart people every single time. Because you know what? They get it right. In the end, they usually get it right. Common sense ain't that common, but the people who have it, they're pretty fucking smart. So that being said, guys, I hope you have a beautiful Christmas. I hope everything goes well for you over the holidays. And, hopefully everything will go well for the, Lee family over here on Christmas. And I'll be able to set up this restream thing and hopefully, get to where I'm, doing the simulcast with the podcast and working with Frank on Foxhole and Pilled. There's a bunch of stuff I want to get done. I'm about to make another major change in my life. I've been mulling on this for the last year, and I think I'm gonna change careers. Let's just put it that way, which will mean an extreme change in my schedule. Let's just put it that way. And with that change in schedule should mean the ability to focus more on some of the things I love to do, and not be, stuck in a 9 to 5 or 8:30 to 5 any longer. So hopefully that happens. I will keep you guys updated on that, but that's my hope for the new year, that I get out of this funk of, being eat your black-eyed peas, Melissa Tress says. Is that a Southern thing? Let me know in the comments. Is the black-eyed peas just a Southern thing? I don't know. It's collard greens and black-eyed peas is what I was always taught. I'm gonna be a Walmart greeter. I would be that is effectively what I am now, John. Let's be real. I am a Walmart greeter right now in a government building. People walk in there like, the food stamps? I'm like, that way. Medicaid? That way. And while you're here, don't act crazy because I got a gun. I sit in one spot all day long playing on my phone. I mean, literally, I'm sitting there like this all day long. You don't look dangerous. Nothing in your pockets. Hey, you with that fucking paper knife. I know you just came from work, but you can't come in here with that. Yeah, go put it in your car. And I play video games. I'm literally sitting on my ass, losing my fucking mind 40 hours a week. I am not that guy. So I've got to get out of this damn job. And I'm not at Walmart, Jeff. Damn it, Jeff. I almost yelled so loud that my bottom teeth come out. And if my fucking dentures fly out of my mouth live on YouTube, yeah, I may go viral for the first time ever. That would be funny. But yeah, I need a change. I'm in need of a holiday. But, I've always liked jobs where I work. You know what I mean? Because when you get to work and you got something to do, my last job was like in 2013. And I worked in a retread plant. And I also was the network admin for the entire tire company that I was working for. Entire tire. But there was something so enjoyable about physical labor, to get out there and literally, I got truck tires taller than me that came from the local landfill. And I got to stick my head inside of it and mark holes for where the nails pierce through it so that we can then, I was the lead inspector. So I was sticking my head inside of a tire as shit is raining on my head. I didn't wear a cap most of the time. 99% of the time. Didn't wear a cap. Didn't even care. And then after I, had scooped everything out of the tire and everything and marked every single crack, every single nail, went to the outside, then grabbed a spike, stuck that spike in there. I mean, check this bad boy out. I want to see if you want to see that. See that? It's not the tumor. That is my thumb muscle. My massive thumb muscle. Maybe you can compare it. This one is huge. And I would stab the thing and I'd pull all the nails out. Then I'd pick the tire up on my chest and I'd throw it up on a ring and then I'd shove it down the line. Bro, I was ripped and I felt great and I was covered in sweat and I smelled like fucking rubber and shit. And then I got Graves' disease and I got really sick after that. So maybe it wasn't such a great idea after all. So if you go back to some of my older videos and you see a dude looking like Skeletor, that's why. But while I was actually doing it, it's amazing how quickly, I lost weight and I freaking, gained muscle and I felt great and the day went by so fast. And now I'm just like sedentary. They say sitting is the new smoking. Well, guess what? I sit on my ass all day at work, pretty much. Do like 10 rounds around the building. It's so fucking boring. But you do what you got to for your family. And I think everybody understands that. So hopefully with the next year, something cool will come along. I have something in mind. It may suck worse than what I'm doing now, but you don't know if you don't try. So pray for me. I'm going to pray for you guys that you have a wonderful new year, that everything, things are looking good for us. Things are looking freer, that we got an election year coming up, so shit's going to get crazy. I mean, the politics are going to get crazy. If y'all been around for more than 5 minutes on this channel, I almost 90% of the time stay the hell out of politics. I don't even like generalizing about them like I did earlier, but I mean, let's be real. All the censorship is coming from the left. I mean, almost all of it. Jim, next show, let's talk about the super fun sites that South Carolina has and why. I live in Sumter, South Carolina, and most people don't know this, but Swan Lake Gardens in Sumter, South Carolina is a super fun site. It was a toxic waste dump that they turned into our number one tourist attraction. And Swan Lake Gardens is huge. It is gorgeous. And yeah, and there's a whole bunch of other, super fun sites all over America. You could literally do an entire podcast just about super fun sites, what their status are before and after, and why there aren't more of them today. But anyway, guys, I love you, mean it. Have a great Christmas. Have a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It'll be 2024. Love you, mean it. Please support the channel. Come over, hit that subscribe button, because you want to be here when I get back to know where else to find me at, because I'm going to make a whole bunch of other things, and I'll keep that updated on connect.climateviewer.com as well, so you can check in there, and if you see new social stuff on there, you'll know I'm there. But otherwise, I'll be right here, and we'll keep doing it in the new year. Love you, mean it, guys. Freedom's on the rise. Video resonates with you, leave me a comment because I love hearing from y'all. First time here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell. Yeah! Remember, it would be impossible for me to do this without your support, so please join my Patreon or buy me a coffee on PayPal. And always, attack ideas, not people.